When they told me I had cancer, I kept quiet. I didn't say anything.
Because I didn't know about leukemia. They kept saying something, but I couldn't understand.
Absolutely shocked.
Where did I get this illness from? I thought I wasn't going to survive.
I've done 2 types of therapy, chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
After this period, my condition seems quite good. The doctor is feeling good, and so am I.
It's not the frightening illness that everybody assumes. There is definitely something that we can offer.
Hearing that you have cancer is a real shock, but you're not alone. 1 in 3 people in the UK will develop cancer at some time in their lives. Many recover completely, and with the help of modern medicine, others successfully manage their condition and live for a long time. Professor David Kerr is director of the Cancer Research Centre at the University of Oxford.
The diagnosis of cancer is still a very frightening thing to undergo, and wrongly many people associate it with a death sentence. Cancer is a word, not a sentence.
Our bodies are made up of cells. Cancer starts when something goes wrong with the way that the cells divide. All our cells divide and multiply. It's a normal process that keeps us healthy. But sometimes cells start to multiply too much, and that causes a growth or tumour. Benign tumours don't spread around the body and are usually harmless, but malignant tumours are cancerous and can spread and harm the body.
What happens is that a normal cell is changed, transformed into a cancer cell, and that means that it develops new properties. And cancer cells tend to grow faster than normal cells, and they develop the potential to be able to spread and to invade other organs.
In the next 20 minutes, you'll see how 5 people from different South Asian backgrounds have coped with having cancer. Some of the common medical terms about cancer will be explained, along with the 3 main treatments available: surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. Rama, a mother of 2, works at Connections, an advice and support service for young people.
I've been with them for the last 19 years. I work as a secretary, and my title is administrator.
8 years ago, her life took an unexpected turn.
I had a problem for 3 years. I used to stay ill and get stomach aches. I used to visit the doctor. At first he gave me different medicines every time, but the pain never stopped. He used to tell me I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Because the pain was strong, I couldn't eat. I was losing weight. The doctor said I was paranoid. Because you are paranoid and nothing else, he said. So I thought maybe I was in fact paranoid. So I stopped going to him. Then one day, I had blood in my stools.
Rama immediately reported this to her GP, who sent her to the hospital. After several scans, she was told what was wrong.
My daughter was with me. They said, "You have cancer, bowel cancer, and the tumour has been growing for the last 3 years. It's big now. We have to operate immediately."
Absolutely shocked.
Where did I get this illness from? I thought I wasn't going to survive.
It's often difficult or impossible to say why anyone develops cancer. Some common causes are smoking, chewing tobacco, or eating a diet that's high in fat or low in fibre. It's uncommon for cancers to be passed from parents to their children. Cancer isn't contagious or infectious. You can't catch cancer from someone who has it. There are many different types of cancer. Your treatment will depend on what kind of cancer you have and how far it has developed or spread. Rama's care team said they wanted to use surgery first to remove the tumour.
Surgery is perhaps the most important treatment for cancer, and it's the potential that we have if we catch the cancer early enough. The surgeon can cut the cancer out, whether it starts in the bowel, or in the breast, or in the lungs, or in the skin, or wherever. And if the cancer is localized, if there's no evidence of spread, then perhaps with surgery alone, we can offer a cure.
It's been 5 years since Rama's treatment. After surgery, she was treated with drugs, chemotherapy, and X-rays, radiotherapy. She has now been given the all clear, a term that means she's no longer under threat from cancer.
Oh, I feel...
I don't believe I'm living.
You know? Happy, I'm really happy. I'm alive today.
Sorry, I don't know how to say this in Gujarati. I'm very happy now that I'm alive. I had lost all hope of living.
We still have a long way to go, but there's no doubt that by using the results of research and by using the best modern treatment that we've got, with teams of doctors and nurses working together, we can make very definite improvements in increasing the cure rate and our capacity to look after patients with cancer.
While your cancer care team will try to make sure that you get the best treatment, it is important for you to ask questions and look for information about your cancer.
Very important.
It's very important to ask questions. Ask your doctors. If you think you're going to forget them, then write it down on a piece of paper. When you go to the doctor, take that piece of paper with you and ask him. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Every time you go, ask. If you don't understand, then ask again. Ask thrice. They won't mind.
A lot of people thought I was not going to live very long, but I will die soon.
Lal Miyar came to the UK from Bangladesh 40 years ago. He has worked in factories and restaurants in various parts of the UK. Today he lives alone in Leicester. 6 months ago, doctors found that he had lung cancer.
What is there to say about it? It is Allah's command. What is to happen will happen. Death will happen someday anyway. But I told the doctor that it is okay. Give me medication. If I'm okay, it is Allah's will, or else I will die, but please try.
Lal Miyar is now on a 3-month course of chemotherapy, a treatment which uses powerful drugs to kill cancer cells. Today he's going to hospital for his final treatment.
Dr. O'Byrne?
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Mayor. How are you? Take a chair.
Lal Miyar isn't fluent in English, so he's using an interpreter. Interpretation services are becoming a common feature in many hospitals. But you have to ask in advance if you want an interpreter.
He had his diarrhea yesterday and started yesterday.
It's common to have to wait in hospital for chemotherapy, so it helps to bring someone along to support you. After 20 minutes of waiting, it is Lal Miyar's turn for chemotherapy.
Hello.
Most chemotherapy drugs are still given by injection, and that may mean a small needle being put into a vein in the back of the hand or forearm and being given an injection by the chemotherapy nurses in hospital every 3 to 4 weeks.
After chemotherapy, patients may experience side effects. Common side effects are feeling tired, pain, being sick, losing your hair, and mouth sores. But everyone reacts differently to chemotherapy, so side effects vary from person to person.
I have no therapy left now. Doctor tells me that my chemotherapy is over. I just have X-ray and blood test, and they will keep checking my progress. After this period, my condition seems quite good. The doctor is feeling good, and so am I. When I came to this country, after 2 months, I got a job as a chemist, which I did for around 2 years. After that, I started my business of a travel agency. In the agency, I sold tickets to India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and other places.
This is the story of Satwant, who is part of the Punjabi community in Leicester.
I had problems in the shop. After every 5 to 10 minutes, I felt like going to the toilet. Just a trickle of a drop. So I had to run to the toilet. After that, I went to my GP. He checked, and he said, I've got prostate, enlargement of the prostate. So he referred me to the specialist.
So he referred me to the specialist.
The specialist recommended a biopsy, a process where a part of the lump is removed and examined.
And they gave me the biopsy results after 10 days that I have cancer of the prostate. The specialist told me, your operation, it is very delicate. So I'd advise you to have your radiotherapy first and then surgery.
Radiotherapy uses X-rays to destroy cancer cells. This is done either in one visit or as a daily treatment over several weeks. Normally it doesn't require staying in hospital overnight.
Radiotherapy treatment is a large machine. The patients lie below it very still for a couple of minutes. The radiotherapy treatment doesn't cause any pain, but there can be side effects associated with it. And again, it depends on which part of the body is having the radiation treatment or is being treated by the radiation beam.
Just as with chemotherapy, each patient reacts differently to radiotherapy, and side effects vary from person to person. Satwant has now completed a course of radiotherapy, and he has had surgery. Doctors are assessing his condition to see how he has responded to the treatment. But treatment is just one aspect of your cancer care. Another important aspect may be your finances.
Mr. Satwant.
Shabnam is part of the Palliative and Cancer Care team in Leicester, an organisation that provides advice on benefits and money for patients like Satwant.
Often what happens is when people are diagnosed with cancer, they tend to get very engrossed in the medical things and looking after the person, and the financial issues do tend to go in the background.
Shabnam helped Satwant get the support and help he needed after his operation. This included attendance allowance and help from the local social services. Similar help and benefits may be available for other cancer patients.
There are lots and lots of advice and assistance and support available. What people need to do is ask and find out.
So there are a lot of benefits available, and you can find help. So you don't have to worry that you don't have £1 million in your bank account.
It has been 6 years since I came here. I have 2 kids. The elder one goes to school and the little one stays at home.
Nazia moved to the UK from Pakistan after she married Fareed. 2 years ago, she had problems with her pregnancy. Initially, she was given tablets for iron deficiency. This was followed by a bone marrow test. Doctors discovered that she had leukemia, a cancer which affects the blood. Her family felt that the news would upset her and decided not to tell Nazia.
I went to the delivery suite and I was there for a week. No one told me what was going on because I didn't know about leukemia. They kept saying something that I couldn't understand because I didn't know anything about leukemia. My sister-in-law began to cry. I asked her again and again what was wrong. So then I guess the doctors told them that they should tell me, and they told me. I was quite shocked.
Although the family may want to be protective and to protect an aged mother or a father from what they perceive as being terrible news, there is no bigger secret that you can have, and it destroys families. It cuts them in half.
Nazia had both radiotherapy and chemotherapy treatment for her cancer.
It helped quite a bit. The treatment went well. I did have a few infections and side effects, but it resulted in a feeling of well-being later. I feel a lot better now.
It just started with a sore throat and a throat infection, so went to see the GP, and I was really bad coughing. And then GP started doing all the tests, and then પછી ખબર પડી કે breast cancer છે.
My husband is a mortgage consultant.
Mortgage consultant.
I have 2 sons. The youngest, Ketan, is at university, and the eldest one is married.
Ela is a patient receiving palliative care. Doctors have decided that her cancer has advanced to a point where the chances of cure are low.
One of the problems with cancer is that by the time many patients come to us, the cancer may have advanced so that we cannot cure it. And a good rule of thumb is that the smaller the cancer, the earlier we catch it, the higher the chance of cure. The bigger the cancer, the more advanced it is, it's much more difficult for us to cure, even with the best modern treatments that we have available.
Palliative care concentrates on controlling pain and other symptoms of the disease and providing overall support and care for the patient. This type of care can be provided at home, hospitals or special units called hospices. This is especially important for someone like Ela. Ela lives with her husband and her younger son, Ketan. Ketan understands that his role as a carer is a crucial one. He makes sure that he keeps himself informed about his mother's condition.
It helps to understand
if you are a carer and the patient has cancer, then you should know what's wrong. What are the treatments? What are the side effects? Because one day if something happens, you know what to do. Because I knew how to cope. If you don't find out information, you will be nowhere.
Every day, a home care worker from social services comes home to help Ela with her cooking and cleaning. She also has a Macmillan nurse who visits her regularly.
I get a lot of support from her. She visits regularly, especially when I have my chemotherapy. When I phone her, she gives me the answers. She talks to me. If I have to change my medicine or my diet, she comes and advises me.
And so, with support from Macmillan nurses and her family, Ela is coping with her condition.
It is hard, very upsetting, but
I've come to terms with it now, that I have cancer. It won't go away, and I just get on with my life.
You just get on with the life.
So these are patients like you who have been through different kinds of treatment for their condition. In this video, we have tried to give you some basic information about cancer. It is now important for you to look for more information about your particular cancer. But where can you find this information? Doctors and nurses work as part of a team. At each stage of treatment, nurses provide support and information. Marjorie Small is a cancer nurse at Birmingham's Heartlands Hospital.
Patients who are informed about their illness do strive better, and as part of a nursing or a medical team, we can actually give patients information that we think they want to know. But unless specific patients or relatives ask us for information, which is probably relevant to themselves only, we're not going to know. So we encourage patients and their relatives to actually ask questions, and we will go as far as possible to ensure that they receive the correct response.
Most hospitals have a patient advice and liaison service, or PALS. Here you can get answers to questions about your hospital care and where you can get more support and information.
We have got some Punjabi interpreters, and what you need to do is book in advance for that.
There is also an information pack available to accompany this video called the Teamwork File, written in a number of Asian languages and English. The file gives more information about cancer and can help you through your illness. Patients may find leaflets and other material in various South Asian languages at their hospital. Being informed about your condition helps you and your doctors in giving you the best treatment for your cancer. The important thing, therefore, is to look for that information, and when in doubt, ask.
Don't be shy, don't be afraid. Every time you go, ask. If you don't understand, ask again. Ask 3 times. They won't mind.